Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any board comment on action item 5.1?
Of course. I wrote a whole speech. This is a really exciting moment, I think, for our board. Like Mr. Ducote, I couldn't have said it better. I want to take a moment to thank everyone involved, not only in the process of getting the resolution crafted and brought forth to the board, but to those that have been in the trenches bringing to light the inequities that our immigrant students face every single day in schools. This particular remark is not a criticism of a particular school or school system for that matter, but rather a message or an alert, so to speak, to education leaders across the country, not just Louisiana. It's a call for them to stand up, to reflect, to engage in meaningful ways with those who are most impacted by the decisions that we make. Imagine yourself, a 10th grader who recently immigrated to Louisiana, being forced, not immersed, but forced to assimilate to a strange culture, language, and a way of existing. Imagine yourself going to school every day not knowing what the people around you are saying, not being able to share with your family what's going on at school because you just simply don't know, and still showing up day after day to put forth the effort, quote unquote, required by our state in order for you to graduate. You deal with this all while dealing with the traumas of political unrest in your home countries, thinking about what you need to do to achieve the fallacy, and I'm going to say it again, the fallacy to many of us, known as the American dream, and navigating course content that is unfamiliar. And you still show up and do the work. And I feel myself getting emotional, so I apologize. This resolution is about ensuring that there are pathways for limited English proficient, English language learners, and immigrant students to have the opportunity to graduate high school and become successful contributors to our society and to our communities here in Louisiana and in New Orleans specifically. For years, parents, my own, students, and community activists have been working to break down barriers for this population of students, knowing that language access is an issue in our society for non-English speaking people, knowing that not every school has the same practices for supporting our English language learners, and knowing at the end of it all that they must still take assessments that literally force them to drop out of school. This resolution is not about supporting mediocrity. I'm going to say that again. It's not about supporting mediocrity, but rather about expanding opportunities. So my hope is that the Louisiana Department of Education and that the Louisiana Board of Elementary and Secondary Education and other leaders listen, reflect, and engage. We all know far too well that inequities exist in the world of education, and I'm proud that the Orleans Parish School Board is dedicated to dismantling barriers and pushing for lawmakers to do something about a social institution that has often failed children. I would like to sincerely thank the folks from Excel for bringing this issue forward to the board, specifically Emma Merrill and Charuba Chavez, as well as the many parents, students, and the community members and leaders that continue to advocate for this issue. I would also like to, and this, I'm gonna get even more emotional. I would also like to thank President Ashley and Board Member Parker. You two have literally taken the time to listen to my people, and it really means a lot to me as a board member and as your colleague. I thank them for their help and support, for being such tremendous allies to our brown and limited English-speaking community. The crafting of this resolution could not have occurred without you. Finally, I know we all know that this is just one of many systemic issues that exists in public education in America. It's only one. But I know that as a board, we will continue to advocate for our students and families to ensure equitable outcomes for them. And I am immensely grateful to be sitting here in hopes that the members of this board move forward with one of many calls to action to our city, state, and state level leaders, elected or not, in order to continue championing for those voices that may need a little bit of extra lifting. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wants to follow Dr. Wagner Romero's heartfelt comments? I think I might get a tear.
I know there's no way to follow it, but I will.
None.
I will make a few comments myself. Ms. Merrill and Ms. Chavez, I just want to thank you again for all the work that you put into this. I'm really grateful that you invested time, invested energy, invested your hearts into this, in addition to the regular day job that you have as educators. You came to this board with a very common sense solution, with a data-driven solution, and one that is grounded in humanity and value for every student. And I'm very grateful to you both for your work. I'm also grateful to Collegiate Academies for their innovations and allowing you to innovate and let your talent shine through for these students. And I'll close by saying this resolution tonight does not signify the end of this board's involvement. We will continue to advocate on your behalf and on behalf of these students for a more just system that benefits these wonderful students in the way that they deserve.
All right, there's a motion on the table. It's been seconded. Don't think that there, oh, did I miss one person? Oh, apologize. All those in favor?
Roll call.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, may I have a roll call?
Mr. Ashley. Yes. Mr. Marshall.
Yes.
Ms. Bodwin. Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Dr. Wagner Romero.
Yes.
Mr. Zervagon.
Yes.
That motion carries.